Hi guys, welcome to the Impact program of Adamus World School. I'm your biology faculty Anushka Sen, and today for the revision series I'll be starting with the topic of the male reproductive system. So let's get started. So what are we starting with? We are starting with the male reproductive system. Okay. So, starting with the male reproductive system, the first thing that we need to know is that in the male reproductive system, where is it located in the body? In the male body, where is it located? So, it is located in the pelvic region. Okay. The male reproductive system is located in the pelvic region. Now, what do we mean by the pelvic region? The pelvic region refers to the lower abdominal side. So, that is where the male reproductive system is located. Okay. Now, talking about what are the different components of the male reproductive system. The main components that are present in the reproductive system are, first thing that we have is testis. Now, it is important, note the spelling, T-E-S-T-I-S is the singular form, and when I write T-E-S-T-E-S, this is the plural form. Why the plural form? Because there are a pair of testes present in the male body, right? That is there. Now, other than that, what do we have? Other than that, there are different kinds of ducts that are present. Let's say the first one we'll talk about is vas deferens. What is the vas deferens? The vas deferens is also known as the sperm duct. Then other components are the epididymis. Other than that, we have the accessory glands. What are the accessory glands that are present? Three accessory glands are present. One is the prostate gland. Then we have the seminal vesicle. And then the other one is the bulbourethral gland, also known as the Cooper's gland. So, there are various other components also that are present, but these are the main components of the male reproductive system. Okay. So, just as we were studying that these are the various components of the male reproductive system. So, let us just follow these one by one. So, first what is present? First we have the testis present. So, in the male body we have one pair of testes to be present, and the testis is located inside the scrotal sacs. I am coming to it. Why is it inside the scrotal sac? Then what do we have? Then apart from that, we have the vas deferens that we have just seen is known as the sperm duct. Other than that, what is present? We have the different glands that are present. Like for instance, the seminal vesicle is present, the prostate gland is present, and other than that, the bulbourethral gland is also present. This is a pair of gland that is present. Okay. So, now let us quickly proceed to the next part. That is, we will start discussing about the testis in details. Okay. So, talking about the testis, where is the testis located? The testis is present inside the scrotum. Okay. The testis is present inside the scrotum, which we also call to be the scrotal sac, right? Now, the question is, why is it that such a delicate organ like the testis, instead of being present inside the abdomen, it is present outside the male body? कुछ तो reason होगा. So, testis का function क्या है? What is the main function of the testis? Is the testis is going to produce sperms, right? So, the function of the testis is to produce sperms, and it produces sperms by the process that we call to be spermatogenesis. ठीक है. So for this spermatogenesis process to occur, it's very important for us to remember what is the temperature required. This requires an optimum temperature that is 2 to 3 degrees centigrade lower than the body temperature. Okay, it is 2 to 3 degrees centigrade lower than our body temperature. So that is why the testis hangs down from the body within a sac-like structure that is known as the scrotal sac, and it is not present inside the body. I guess this is fine. Now, next concept that, next information that we have is what is the shape and size of the testis. The shape of the testis is that it is oval in shape, and talking about the size, it is 2 to 3 centimeter in width, while it is approximately 4 to 5 centimeter in length. Okay, so this is the basic structural information that we need to know for the testis. Now this is important for you all to know that originally when a child is inside the mother's womb, specifically when a male child is inside the mother's womb, the testis is inside the abdomen. So look into this diagram here. What are we trying to show you? We are trying to see that, see, original position of testis, and ये कहाँ पे है? ये है abdomen के अंदर, inside the abdomen, कि when the child is in the mother's womb. But what happens is around the 3rd trimester, what time am I saying? Around the 3rd trimester of pregnancy. During that time, the testis descends down. Okay, in the 3rd trimester, the testis descends down. Now, it randomly doesn't descend down, it follows a very specific path. So, as you can see here that there's a path of descent. So, what is this path of descent known as? This is known as the inguinal canal. So, it descends down through the inguinal canal. Okay, it descends down through the inguinal canal, and after it has descended down through the inguinal canal, where is it ultimately present? It is now present outside the abdomen, safely inside the scrotal sac, जिसे हम also scrotum भी कहते हैं. Fine. तो I guess this is clear कि originally testis abdomen के अंदर है, लेकिन 3rd trimester of the pregnancy में it comes down through the inguinal canal, this is important, into the scrotum. Fine. चलो, तो now let us discuss about what are the other structures that are present in the male reproductive system inside the testis. So long we were talking about the testis. अब बात करेंगे कि testis के अंदर क्या क्या है. So each testis approximately is divided into 250, just a minute, approximately divided into 250 testicular lobules. ठीक है ना. So what I mean when I say 250 testicular lobules, ये जो आप देख पा रहे हो ना individually, say this section here, again say this section here. So these are what? These are all individual testicular lobules. Fine. So each testis has approximately this number, 250 testicular lobules are present. Now, inside each of these testicular lobules, note carefully that what is it that's present. See this coiled structure, this is the seminiferous tubule, right? So what am I saying? That these seminiferous tubules, these are highly coiled structures. And what is the purpose of this seminiferous tubule? Its function is to perform spermatogenesis. ठीक है ना? its function is to perform spermatogenesis, that is sperm production takes place inside the testis. अब क्या है, अच्छे से देखो कि सेमिनिफेरस ट्यूब्यूल्स के अलावा भी ये ग्रे कलर यहाँ पे जो है कुछ खाली स्पेस रह गया, राइट. सो व्हाट इज दिस नोन एज? दिस खाली जगह इज नोन एज द इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस. इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस, ठीक है. एंड इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस के अंदर क्या रहेगा? इनसाइड द इंटरस्टिशियल स्पेस वी विल बी हैविंग, this contains interstitial cells. क्या है? interstitial cells है. Now ये interstitial cells जो है इसका काम क्या है? Also these are also known as Leydig cells. ये भी थोड़ा जान लो. interstitial cells का अलग नाम है Leydig cells. What is the function of these interstitial cells? Interstitial cells do the important function of producing the male hormone, that is testosterone, right. So what does interstitial cell do? Interstitial cell produces testosterone. ठीक है, I guess this is fine. Inside of the testis is fine. One more thing that is important to remember is that what is another thing that's also present in the testis? There are certain immunologically competent cells. Immunologically क्या है? Competent cells. ठीक है. What do we mean when we say immunologically competent cells? मतलब these cells have a role in your immune system, in boosting or strengthening your immune system. So different kinds of immunologically competent cells can be present. ठीक है. तो जैसे आपका हो गया कि for example say macrophages हो गया, ठीक है. Then आपका lymphocytes हो गया, natural killer cells भी हो सकता है, जो भी है. Different kinds of immunologically competent cells are present. तो हम लोग को अच्छे से पता चल गया 3 component inside the testis. 1 refers to your seminiferous tubules. Number 2 आपका आ गया interstitial cells. Number 3 आपका आ गया immunologically competent cells. I guess this much is clear. चलो आगे बढ़ते. Now very easily let us understand कि spermatogenesis क्या है. What is this spermatogenesis? So spermatogenesis, what we have by now understood is that कि spermatogenesis is the process by which testis produces sperms, right? And we all have this basic concept कि कोई भी cell का formation अगर होना है तो simple concept in biology कि cell division होना है. Cell division 2 types, एक हो गया आपका mitosis, एक हो गया आपका meiosis. So what happens is the first division that will happen, that happens from the spermatogonium. Okay, so this spermatogonium that is present, this is 2n. 2n मतलब ये है आपका diploid cell. Now this spermatogonium will further undergo mitosis, and undergoing mitosis it is going to produce the primary spermatocyte. क्या बना रहे? It is forming the primary spermatocyte. So mitosis का product should also be 2n diploid. Now from here meiosis will start, and I think we all have this basic idea that meiosis is of 2 types. I mean 2 stages होता है. First you will have meiosis 1. So meiosis 1 is the reductional division. I hope we all know. Meiosis 1 is the reductional division. तो अब reductional division के result क्या आएगा? If it was 2n, so now your secondary spermatocytes, the secondary spermatocytes जो आने वाला है, these are for sure n, it was 2n, now it has reduced, so secondary spermatocytes are n. Okay, now what will happen? Now from here we will have meiosis 2. Okay, and meiosis 2, as we know, is more or less like mitosis. So this is going to produce the spermatids. So your spermatids are also n. Now these spermatids that you get, ये अभी तक एकदम अच्छे से fully functional sperms जो है वो नहीं है, right? The spermatids will further undergo different processing and it will form the motile sperms, जो कि ना हम लोग कहते हैं spermatozoa. Okay, spermatozoa या तो sperms. This is also n. ठीक है, so this process from the spermatids becoming the spermatozoa, इसे हम लोग कहते हैं क्या? We'll call this to be spermiogenesis. Okay, I guess it is fine. चलो, so now let us proceed to what are the other things that are present in the male reproductive system. So what are we now going to talk about? Quickly, let us talk about the ducts that are present now. So as you see that these seminiferous tubules are present, these are highly coiled ones, we have just discussed. Now seminiferous tubules are producing the sperms. So now from here, where will the sperms go into? So from the seminiferous tubules, from the seminiferous tubules, the sperms will come to a structure which is known as the rete testis. Okay, from the rete testis, it will go to the efferent duct. Efferent duct. From the efferent duct, where does it go? From the efferent duct, it is going to go into the epididymis. Okay, now one more thing that we have to know from here is that if you look into the diagram very carefully, see the epididymis, you know, is divided into 3 parts. One is this top part, इसे क्या कहते हैं हम लोग? Head of epididymis. Then आपका आ गया next body part. This is the the next part, and एकदम end में जो आता है, that is the tail of the epididymis. So when talking about the epididymis, it has 3 different things. What is it? One is going to be the head of the epididymis. Cap like structure है, तो इसीलिए हम लोग इसे कहते हैं caput epididymis. Okay. Then you have the body part. Body part is known as the corpus epididymis. Then last में हम लोग का आता है tail part, जिसे क्या कहा जाता है? Cauda or cauda epididymis. Okay, understandable. And from the epididymis, where does the sperms go into? Epididymis से सीधा जाएगा आपका जो sperm duct है, क्या है वो? That is the vas deferens. I hope this much is clear for all of you all. Now, let us now proceed to the next part. And यहाँ पे हम लोग को क्या देखना है mainly? यहाँ पे हम लोग को देखना है कि जो accessory glands है वो क्या क्या है. तो यहाँ पे क्या देखने वाले हैं हम लोग? Accessory glands. Okay. So we have 3 different kinds of glands and तीनों ही क्या है? Paired form में है. So first, let us first discuss about this one, the seminal vesicle. Then we will go to discuss about this one, that is the prostate gland, and then third हम लोग discuss करेंगे about this bulbourethral gland. Very carefully look into the structure. Look into the structure to understand that each of these, they are paired. seminal vesicle 2, prostate gland 2, bulbourethral gland 2. Each of them are present, you know, paired form में. Understandable. So now what we'll see is ये each of these glands का function क्या है. तो पहले seminal vesicle का देखते हैं. First one, let's talk about seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle is going to produce, what does it produce? Seminal vesicle produces seminal plasma, जिसे also तुम seminal fluid भी कह सकते हो. It produces seminal plasma. So this seminal plasma contains different important nutrients. What does it contain? Say it can contain fructose, okay, say it contains calcium. So important nutrients are present in the seminal plasma. And what is the function of this seminal plasma? This seminal plasma gives motility to the sperm. Okay, the seminal plasma will give motility to the sperm. Motility क्या है? Motility is the, like I am a motile organism कि मैं यहाँ पे चल सकती हूँ. I can move. Movement ability है मेरे पास. तो sperms need to move. They have to swim up to the ovum in the female tract, है ना? तो इस motility is very important. That is conferred by the seminal vesicle. हो गया हम लोग का number 1. Then number 2 में क्या gland we have seen? We have seen that it is the prostate gland. चलो तो अब prostate gland में क्या करना है? Prostate gland is a structure and what does it produce? Prostate gland secretes an alkaline fluid. I hope सब लोगों को बेसिक पता ही है ना कि alkaline, I mean alkali base and acid क्या है. एंड केमिस्ट्री में यंग क्लासेस में तुम लोग सब पढ़े हो कि न्यूट्रलाइजेशन रिएक्शन क्या होता है. वन बेस एंड वन एसिड when they react together gives you salt and water कि it is neither acidic no more neither alkaline anymore, right? Now female reproductive tract जो है ना वो एकदम acidic in nature है. That is a natural adaptation so that different kind of germs and all cannot grow in the female tract to save from infection and all. Now so sperm के पास ऐसा कुछ एबिलिटी होना चाहिए ना कि वो एसिडिटी से वो मर ना जाए. तो इसीलिए क्या होगा? This prostate gland secretes an alkaline fluid to neutralize the acidity of the female tract. ठीक है? And it also gives some kind of motility also. Okay. Now the next thing that we'll have is the third gland. थर्ड ग्लैंड क्या है? थर्ड ग्लैंड आपके पास है बल्बोयूरेथ्रल. नेम ऑलरेडी लिखा हुआ है तो मैं यहाँ पे दूसरा नाम लिख रही हूँ. बल्बोयूरेथ्रल ऑल्सो नोन एज कूपर्स ग्लैंड. ठीक है? तो कूपर्स ग्लैंड का क्या फंक्शन है? कूपर्स ग्लैंड विल बेसिकली प्रोड्यूस अ फ्लूइड टू ल्यूब्रिकेट द external genitalia, the penis, during sexual stimulation, right? So it will provide a lubricating fluid, right? And then आपको क्या जानना है कि all of this together, like say the testis is present here. From the testis, you've seen that the vas deferens, this ductus deferens, also known as vas deferens sperm duct. So it will come here. From there it loops over and then gets into the urethra. It gets into the urethra. So ये जो accessory glands का जो duct है and then the urethra में सब कुछ मिला के together it comes out as the ejaculatory duct and it finally enters into the external genitalia जो कि हो गया the penis. ठीक है? So what do we have to know? The final thing for today's lecture that I'll be talking about is we are discussing about the penis. 1 minute. हाँ ठीक है चलो. So this is the external genitalia and इसे हम लोग also क्या कहते हैं? This is also known as the male कॉप्यूलेटरी ऑर्गन, इसमें MCQ या वन वर्ड आंसर्स में बहुत पूछा जाता है कि व्हाट इज द मेल कॉप्यूलेटरी ऑर्गन, सो दैट इज द पीनस. ठीक है ना. नाउ one important thing you have to remember here is that it has a special kind of tissue which is known as the erectile tissue. Okay, so what is the function of this erectile tissue? This erectile tissue will help in insemination, helps in insemination. What is insemination? Insemination refers to release of semen into the female tract. Finally, via and then it is released into the body. I mean released outside through the urethral meatus. Okay, this point is like not much required, तो यहीं तक याद रखो. Okay, I guess we are okay with the male reproductive system. That's it for this lecture. See you in the next lecture. Thank you.